minutes, and you will have missed the reason why that was, and it was basically because I am trying to set up this stream, and for some reason it wasn't actually doing it for whatever reason. So this is Casual Play Smite for the month of September. This is live. This is the very first live edition, which hopefully should be good, and I can see now that I am live, which is excellent. So it might have cut off the start, not entirely sure, but regardless, welcome to Casual Play Smite for the month of September. We've got a fair amount of stuff to get through today. As this is live, we'll be trying to actually enjoy the game a little bit more. There's no real room for mistakes. I don't have very long. Game starts in a minute. I've got to quickly get my stuff in, and I've spent my money, so I can't even do that. That would just have to do. I need some mana stuff. We're going to be talking about the Apple event. We're going to be talking about the PC videos that will be coming up in the next week or so. As stuff is actually here now, and just a general catch up really. And we'll be explaining why my voice is not good today, and just my general health today hasn't been great, and it's all been self-inflicted. So nothing to worry about. I will reduce the UI as soon as I get the chance to do so. Because it's way too big. Way too big. There we go. Need to speed up a little bit. But yeah, the Apple event, of course, was last week. I'm kidding me. Oh no, come on, that should have got him. And that was stupid. And I'm dead. That was terrible. I haven't played this in a long time, in my defense. So, yeah. But yeah, the Apple event was last Thursday, and I was doing a little bit of tweeting. I mean, to be honest, I only started to sort of pick up the phone to start tweeting as the big news was coming in, and then they started talking about Apple TV, and it kind of got a little bit dull, unfortunately. Not that you know, we'd be talking about Apple TV in a second. Not that was necessarily bad, but just because it's not really that important to tweet about whether you can scroll through with a different remote. It's not really that interesting. Let's see. There is a small problem I see with the stream in the fact that the game name apparently is SMI. I've entered it wrong. Well, I haven't entered it wrong, but it's binned the real thing off. Let's have a look. I really am not very good at this game. The iPhone itself. Let's start with that. I know obviously there was the iPad Pro, but we'll start with the big gun really. It was the Apple iPhone event, and it was, like I said on my Twitter feed, it was the first sort of iPhone that I have watched the events, and genuinely I'm a bit sad that I won't be getting it. Now I would buy it, but my contract that I have at the moment is actually I've got another 12 months left on it, so I might end up getting a Nexus, but I don't really have the funds, and it doesn't make any financial sense either, being on paying for minutes and data and stuff like that, to go and actually upgrade and get a new iPhone. But the thing I liked about it was that they actually started to talk about some more, it wasn't massive, but a bit more innovation in the sort of phone space, rather than the usual increase in specs and power and maybe one feature that looked okay. And if we look at Sony's camp, they have done the 4K Xperia Z5 Premium, and I haven't used it, but I got to see it at IFA, and I just wasn't at all impressed, just because it looks identical from my eyes anyway. Even getting nose close to it, I couldn't notice a difference between that and my Note 4 in terms of screen resolution. So if they're going to be going after like a numbers game in terms of having the best phone, it's good to see Apple actually going over the sort of features that people are going to use. It's got 4K video, which is something that I think was a feature sort of like that people wanted, which is good. But the actual things like the responsive screen, so the 3D touch, as they call it, not really sure, it's a brilliant name and not going to catch on. But I've lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Well, I've completely gone. I was like, I saw two people watching the stream, and I was like, oh, okay, lost my train of thought. So yeah, hi guys to you guys in the comments. If you do have any comments about the video, though, about anything, whether it's what we're talking about or unrelated, feel free to drop it in the comments. And obviously if it's related, I'll answer it at the time, otherwise I'll probably wait a little bit till the end. But yeah, 3D touch. And so I thought that looked pretty cool, but it's the sort of thing that I think is quite hard to sort of demo on stage. It's one of those usability things that you kind of need to sort of use before you can say whether it's a good feature or not. I quite like the live photos thing, but I mean, let's be honest, it's not really going to sell the phone for anyone, but it looks like it's quite cool. And then just generally, it looks like it's quite a nice improvement to what we've seen before. Nothing really properly stands out about the phone. I just think that the whole design is nice. People are starting to realise that having a stupidly high resolution doesn't really tend to help you that much with your phone. I would like to see like a 1440p screen, I think, but even that, probably, to be honest, like for the average user, I don't think you'd notice. And these screens are always really good, really nice, solid IPS screens on iPhones anyway. The iPad Pro, I think the main problem it's got is it doesn't run a full operating system, and that's the main selling point about the Surface Pro from Microsoft, is that it runs the full version of Windows. Not that it's got a big screen, because it does have a big screen, but that's not the selling point for it. The selling point is that you can replace your laptop if you want it to. Whereas with the iPad Pro, its applications are going to be severely limited to whatever is on the App Store rather than what you actually want to run. So yes, it's great that Adobe have got these things, you know, ready to roll on their iPad. But obviously, if you have a Surface Pro, you can run whatever you like. And the Apple Pencil, you know, I mean, it makes sense. You know, it does make sense for the product they're doing. There's quite a few sort of tweets out there where people were saying, look how ridiculous it is. Steve Jobs, you know, said styluses are a joke. Well, he was talking about that on a phone, and if any of you guys use the LG Cookie, you will know that that really wasn't a very good phone. It was a resistive touchscreen, and you needed a stylus because the screen was rubbish. Whereas on a phone these days, a stylus is completely pointless for the majority of people, unless it's something like a Galaxy Note 5 or something like that, where you're going to use all this text recognition sort of thing. But for creative types, which is really one of the main sort of markets that this iPad Pro is going to be used for, having a creative tool in the form of a pencil is going to be quite useful. But apparently it uses the same technology as the new Surface, and the old Microsoft Surface Pro 1 and 2 used a type of stylus that was even more precise, but to save money, I think they changed it back to just a different sort of one that wasn't quite as good and responsive. So a lot of people are still using the Surface Pro 1 and 2 because of this reason. But again, I haven't used it, so I don't know. People that did use it would pretty much said what you would expect them to say, which was, you know, it's a big iPad, it looks pretty good, but it's just a case of whether you'd need it or not. Will I be able to get him? Will I be able to get him? Is there any... No, I won't be able to. Might be able to. I haven't played Smite in such a long time, though. And then Apple TV, it looks good, and I think the average consumer will like it. But compare it to something against like the Nvidia Shield TV, and that has 4K, so it can actually run stuff in 4K. And if you look at their spec comparison sheet, you can't argue that it does look a lot better for a fairly similar price. And bearing in mind it runs Android TV, it's going to get updated, and it's not going to have a problem where it's a sort of proprietary OS that is going to require it to be sort of updated, and it won't be. It will be updated to whatever the latest features are. So it literally is as far as Google are concerned, a real sort of alternative, and in some ways probably the better alternative to the Apple TV. But it's the sort of thing that maybe I might get for my parents, sort of thing, at Christmas, if I'm feeling generous. But it's expensive though, isn't it? It's about over $100, over £100. Well, it'll be about £100. So it's just really expensive. And to be honest, most people are going to be absolutely fine with an Amazon Fire TV Stick or a Chromecast. I certainly am. That's what I use. I use an Amazon Fire TV Stick. You can find a full review of that on the channel if you want. But that's very good, and I still don't really see the need for a Amazon And Amazon don't see the need for an Apple TV, but a lot of people do. So, yeah. Right, let's actually get some power in here, because I haven't been thinking about the game at all. Just not the way to go about it. I don't know what I'm doing. I've heard that one's quite useful. Quickly, pick something. Oh dear. We're doing rubbish, actually. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. So that was the Apple news anyway, which is the bigger news, really, wasn't it, compared to some other stuff. But the news, really... well, I suppose I better start by explaining what happened to my voice as well. What did I just... Oh dear. This is why I don't play this game, because you really need to be involved. And I was for about 2 years, played this pretty much every single day. But you need to get some practice in. But that'd be rubbish for you guys if I did get the practice in, because then you wouldn't if you want to watch someone that's good, this is not the right channel. If you want to watch someone that talks about the news, this is the right place to come. Unless you want other news, or just don't really care about Apple products. Yeah. But the reason my voice is like this is because the company I work for, you will know because you guys are the loyal guys that watch the casual play, and obviously I'm terrible. Have I even got an assist? Five assists, but I haven't got any assists. It's rubbish. The reason my voice is like this is because the company I went for, we had like a they had a work do, which was basically like a big festival. But it was really well done actually, but they thought it'd be a good idea to give everyone a load of drinks tokens for free drinks. And I'm pretty good normally, to be perfectly honest with you, and I am pretty... no, don't surrender. How boring. They're going to surrender, aren't they? Oh well, give us a chance to start again, I suppose. But oh, and I've forgotten to buy my item. See, I'm rubbish. I'm absolutely rubbish. And I just drunk a load. Really, that's the summary. For you guys, about 10 free drinks. So why would you not utilize that? And please F6. People can make their own mind up. So you saying please F6 isn't going to make anyone press F6, really, is it? Come on now. So yeah, I've been recovering all day, really. That's another reason why this is a casual play, because there were a load of videos lined up, and it almost was a monitor review today, but the quality, just trust me, it would not have been there. Not when I've been feeling like I am. I'm just about alright now. But I did not fare particularly well this morning, and it was up in Kiel, which I'm sure most of you won't know where that is, especially if you're not from the UK. Essentially, it's sort of middle of the country, really, which is why I was there, so that everyone from all the different offices around the UK could actually attend it. So it was like a 5-hour coach journey, and that wasn't particularly fun this morning, to be honest. But got back here around about 2 o'clock-ish, and I'm dead. Got back around 2 o'clock, and I've just been recovering ever since, really. Plenty of water. Right, a few comments. Hello to everyone that's here. How much do you think the 980 Ti will be going for in the next 6 months? It'll be about the same. Might drop down £20. Essentially, you're just waiting now until the next lot of graphics cards come out. Whatever. I don't think they call them the 1000 series. I think they'll come out with a different naming convention, because they've already done the 1000 series, so I think they'd change that. I've missed one of the comments now. Someone likes gaming YouTube. YouTube gaming better than Twitch. The reason I don't do Twitch is just because I'm sort of just a YouTube guy. I don't have the audience on Twitch. I'm sure I could obviously start it up, but when YouTube gaming is here, there's pretty much no point in me doing Twitch. And as I'm predominantly a review critic guy, whatever you want to call me, then it's sort of not really my place, I don't think. They're not extremely lucky. They've just not got me on the team. Are we doing it? Well, we're doing it. Yes, we are. And I have no support, because they're not stupid. Would a GTX 960 be a good starting GPU? Yes, but I kind of like cards to have more than 2 gigabytes of VRAM these days, unless you're buying a really sort of budget one. And so I would almost be tempted to definitely consider getting a 380, the 4 gig version anyway. That would be a fairly similar price. Is it 380, 380X? They've changed it all around. I was so familiar with the 2 series, and then they changed it. I think there is there a 280? Is there a 380? Sorry, I seem to something tells me that it starts at the 380X, but maybe I'm going mad. Stream is fine, good. Mine's school. Haven't been in school for quite a few years now. University, but I'm not really at university anymore. I am working full time, but it's like a placement thing. So I don't actually go into university at all ever for the next year, but I do work. So that's why I'm often quite busy. No, I don't want to surrender. Don't be so boring. No, let's finish it through. But the videos that are coming up anyway in the next sort of few months and weeks and months, next few sort of weeks, we've got the PC parts have started to arrive now. You can't see them, but they're actually sort of above me on the on top of the wardrobe. And we're going to probably start it off with a overview of the Asus Maximus Ranger, which is an ROG board for Skylake. The processor actually isn't here yet. I need to chase that up. But we'll be able to go over a lot of sort of unboxing of the motherboard, because actually I think motherboards is something that a lot of people don't sort of not care about. People certainly care about them, but I mean you don't often see as many sort of videos on the motherboards themselves. And as it's an ROG board and they've changed the design, it would be quite good to take a look at it. But the guys at Asus have been very kind to send one out for the purpose of the build guide, but they would prefer if there was a unboxing video on the channel as well, and obviously that benefits everyone, so I've agreed to do that. And then the Skylake build should begin. There'll be the full parts overview. It's not going to be exactly the same as normally. Of course, I do PC Centric rigs, but as these parts have come in supplied by the actual companies themselves, normally I would say if I was going to buy, this is what I would buy. Now, this it is true. These are the parts that I certainly would buy, but it wouldn't be fair to say it's going to be exactly the same, because things like the case is slightly different to the one that I would probably buy for myself, and things like that. So for that, the RAM is slightly a bit more expensive than the one I would probably buy for myself. So things like that, I'm not going to say this is what I would usually buy, because that might be ever so slightly inaccurate, but it's certainly going to be an amazing build, and I will hopefully be using it for quite a few years to come. So you'll be able to actually follow how good the PC is, if you like, judging on how long I keep everything in it for, which should be quite interesting. And I'll be able to have full benchmarks of games and things as they come out, so hopefully should literally benefit everyone. It should benefit the companies that have been kind enough to ship the parts over, benefit me, because obviously I get these videos out, and it will benefit you because you will get to see a pretty cool new PC build guide and some of the cool parts and how they all perform, so everyone should be happy. So yeah, that is the upcoming videos anyway. I hope you enjoyed the IFA coverage if you did get a chance to watch that, because I didn't actually, sadly enough, get the chance to. I haven't done a proper sort of sit-down filmy video in a while, but IFA was like pretty cool, to be perfectly honest, to actually go there and see all the stuff there, because it was absolutely massive. And obviously I had a video talking about it, but that was a very serious video. Whereas these ones are a bit more sort of light, so talk about that, and that was very cool to actually go to IFA. I'd recommend it. So if you didn't see the coverage, then you can check that out. It's about 5 minutes long, I think, and it just goes through all the cool stuff at IFA, and should be, to be honest, the only video you'd need to watch on the topic. Neith, what are you doing? Is she actually gonna? Yeah, she is. Oh, that's why. Oh dear. I still got a potion that I never used. Terrible. I am terrible at this. Have a drink of water. I got this cool fan as well. At the LG press conference, they gave everyone out this pretty cool fan. It's a real fan. So if you're ever a bit hot, you can just do that. Look, very masculine. That's quite cool. So I've got that as decoration. And then you guys haven't got to see the new sort of room either that I'm working in at the moment. Sort of changed office, if you like. It's not an office, it's a bedroom. But changed office just because it was sort of time to get a new contract in a new house. So same sort of setup really. Not too much has changed. There's a window there. Another window there, so lighting should hopefully be pretty good. It's a bit smaller though. But it shouldn't make any difference for you, and I can do all these sort of close-ups in a different room. So for you guys, hopefully, if anything, it'll be better. But for me, it just might be a little bit more effort. They really want to surrender, don't they? I'm terrible. Are you like bored of watching just an absolutely terrible player? I got banned once for like, I think it was griefing 1 to 10. That's terrible. For like 1 to oh, there we go. It's surrendered. Oh well. For griefing, but I was actually just wasn't playing very well. Terrible. 20 minutes I think is about right for these casual play videos, so I will be leaving it here. This has been the first stream. I will schedule the next ones because this one was a little bit sort of on the cusp, and I'm not really sure exactly when the schedule is going to be, but it should be Wednesdays at roughly sort of like maybe 8 o'clock. But I'll draft a proper schedule, and then you'll sort of know when these live videos are going to be, and then we can get some more people involved. But obviously, as this video should essentially be identical to if I had recorded it, hopefully you have enjoyed having it live. So thank you so much for checking out this video as always. If you like this video, do give it a like. If you didn't like it, then give it a dislike. Oh God, somewhere. If you go in Vermana, I've got the best thing for Vermana. I didn't use it once, but you can the voice pack. He's cool, Lil Mana. What? But yeah, thank you so much for checking out this video as always. I'm literally going to go straight to sleep because I'm absolutely cream crackered, as it were. But then we should be getting stuck in. We've got this ultra wide monitor right here. That should be reviewed in the next week, so you should get that. Because I've had that for a while, but haven't really had a chance to use it because I've been on holiday and then I was at EFA. So we'll get that full review in. Then we've got the PC build guide. So hopefully you guys should be very happy. But yeah, thank you so much for checking out this video as always, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that will be. Thank you very much.